Okay, so here we are at the beginning of our homemade dog food process. So I've got my fruits and my veggies out. I've got, of course, my giant food processor. And then I've got my restaurant mixing bin, which was an awesome find at Goodwill. I got that for like $2, so can't beat that. And I've got some more veggies and cranberries and some stuff in here. So that one I pre-chopped. So I'm gonna go ahead and start processing all the vegetables. Okay, so for this next step, I've got my blended veggies and the supplements in the mixing bin. Next up, I've got my berries and my seafood items. This is just a personal preference of mine because I can't stand how the seafood items smell. So I like to mix them with the berries because it kind of tones it down a little bit. So we're going to get this blended up and then get it added over into the mixing bin. Ooh, it looks pretty, doesn't it? Almost like a smoothie bowl, except it's not. It's got seafood in it. Don't eat it. It'll be gross. But the dogs love it. Right, Lulu? Okay, so now I've got the pot going. We've got the ground beef, and we're getting it cooked. Of course, if you were doing the raw recipe, you would just leave it raw, but I'm doing a cooked recipe right now, so we're cooking it up. Okay, so while our beef is cooking over here, we're gonna flip around here, and we're gonna start loading our organs into the blender over the sink. Okay, I like to keep this moving because while we want to cook the meat, we don't want to overcook it. So I like to kind of stay on top of it here as it's cooking. And this is lean ground beef, so I didn't add any oil or anything to cook it. Once you really get it going, its own fat and juices, you can hear it kind of crackling there at the bottom. It's good stuff. It smells good. Okay, so over here, I've got my blender. It's still got veggies and berries, remnants in it. That's not a big deal. I clean everything out once I'm done. So I've got my liver here, I've got my heart over here, and I'm just going to go ahead and add these to the blender. It just makes it easier for them to cook. Also, some dogs can be kind of finicky about organ meat because it is a stronger flavor. So blend it up really finely, then cook it, or if you're doing the raw recipe, blend it up finely and then add it to the food, and you'll get better results. Okay, so we've got all of our meat cooked, and we've got it added into the bin here on top of the veggies. We're just letting everything cool off, and then it'll be time to mix it all up. Okay, and this is what it looks like after we've got it all packed up, ready to go in the freezer.